Happy Sunday, people. Hope you're not blown away or washed out. I mean that seriously, because it's been pretty grim here. So first things first, can everybody hear us?
I think they can. I think it's working.
So hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a live number 15, I believe.
It is, yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I saw it on the thing you made.
Oh, you did see it.
I did see it.
Yeah, I'm surprised we're actually out here because this morning when we were out here, it was pouring.
As you know, this is live, so you never know. We might have to relocate halfway through if it starts raining. If it hails like it has done in the past, well, I mean, we won't be sat in here, will we?
No.
So it's so nice to see so many of you have joined the chat again. Some familiar faces. So hi, Ken. Hello, Jerry and Dan. And I did see Ange and Dave there in here too, and I did see somebody else there too. So, Travels with Julia. With Julia. I noticed they were one of the first ones.
So some people are in early, aren't they?
And Gil and Sandra in too. Oh, and Steve Fox. So thank you all for joining us. So if you have any questions today, as always, please write question first. It does help us out. And you're free to chat in the chat amongst yourselves.
You're cruising gazer in the house as well.
Hello.
Amy does cruising.
So we're going to start with what is the topic of our conversation?
We're going to chat today. We've got any topics.
We've got just a bit of a chit.
We've got a few questions from patrons, so they get to ask questions ahead. So we've got a few of them loaded.
Oh, we have, yes. And he loves to surprise me with these. I don't know they come in. I honestly don't. And he just says we've got questions, and he just throws them at me. Yeah. So I have no idea what's coming up.
Do you want to start with them?
Well, I suppose you can.
Yeah, might as well. So if there is any other questions, then pop them in the chat, and then we'll get to them straight after these.
Okay.
So let's start with this one. Begin with then. This one's just come in actually from Jackie.
The change.
Have you ever had an aha moment? It's a difficult one, isn't it? To be fair, that's really on the spot.
I was just thinking. I mean, I'm trying to work out like how. It's my brain. I'm in a bit of a pickle. No, I think. I would say, I mean, I don't know if this answers your question. I'm a bit, so like, say for instance, Norway, I've now realized maybe it is an aha moment. I think it is. We've now worked out it's not really worth having specialty dining or even going to dinner or even getting changed for dinner when there's some sailings or sail outs, because we've figured out in the past we've sort of rushed to get ready and the ship's been just setting off to, for sail away, and then you're sailing down the fjords and you're sort of trapped in a dining room and you just feel the need to.
Well, you've run out before now to get.
I do. Like, I say I'm going to the toilet and I run off and I get loads of footage and I come back in and I always feel compelled to. I feel like that's the point of those cruises. Mm-hmm. As much as I enjoy the dining, I feel like so that could be an aha moment, because we've now actually factored that in. We very often now will say, oh, buffet. Yeah,
we do tend to plan our cruises now, and if it's a scenic sailing fjord port or any kind of nice port we want to see a sail away for, we will plan around that.
And I think another aha moment is, and I think you'll agree with me on this when I say it, we once came across a fellow passenger who was sat on the deck during a Norwegian Fjords cruise. That's why it brought it back. Who had a lovely glass of red wine. And what they had done was, here and her friends, I believe, had gone to the buffet and they had gone in there and they picked up a load of cheeses and a load of crackers, and they were sat there drinking wine, eating cheese and crackers and looking at the scenery. And I was like, now that is something I can get on board with. I would rather that than go to dinner. And in fact, we have now done that. So I don't know who that lady was and her friends, but that would be an aha moment for me. That's changed my perspective.
So hopefully that's answered your question.
That's one of them anyway. I don't know, is there anything else? Would you like to add anything?
I can't think of any now. I don't think there is
any hat. Have you seen anything? Oh, I suppose, I don't know, have you thought of anything before? You've sort of gone, I'll do that now, or I'll give that a go, because you've seen.
Unless you count, we have to do a lot of ocean views as a nice compromise. That's kind of a bit of an aha moment, I suppose,
because we figured out, especially, I suppose, certain ports where the weather's a bit not great, it's not worth having a balcony. Ocean views have become a big thing with us now. It's like probably our go-to kind
of. Saying that the next two cruises we have got balconies, even though they're kind of cove-sheltered balconies.
Yeah, one of them is in like a hole.
So we've had our next cabin assigned for next cruise, haven't we?
And it actually has a hatch. So I can say
it's got a storm hatch.
It's got a storm hatch.
Okay.
So I can say it's the hatch.
So if you follow our friends at Ken Lindsay or Ken Goes Cruising, we were on the live with them on Monday, where they revealed their next cruise, and we're on the same cruise with them.
which we did know.
Yes, which we of course we knew.
We did know.
So yeah, if you haven't been following us, you don't know, we'll be going on Star Princess next month.
Yeah, it's like pretty much it's a month away,
tomorrow, isn't it?
Isn't it? What was the date today? Yeah, a month tomorrow. We shall be off. We're not on the maiden voyage, in case anyone was wondering. We're on the first cruise after that, the maiden. It's a 7-night cruise going around the Mediterranean. We do have a few new ports on this itinerary. We have been to Marseille before. I believe that's on there. Gibraltar we're most looking forward to. We've always wanted to go there. So we're looking forward to that. So
yeah, we'll talk about that probably over the next couple of lives we do before that, because we've got probably 2 more, haven't we?
Yeah, and what I would say is if you have any questions or if there's anything you want us to find out, get in touch, let us know, comment, message us, whatever. And then when we go on board, we can have a look. We can find out and see how things go. All things go well. We may even, if it works, might do a live. Don't hold me to that.
See what
we'll see how it all pans out.
So we've got another question. This is our second question, the final one from the patrons.
Okay.
Okay, so this isn't really a question for us because we've not been on Celebrity Ascent. But
been on Beyond.
Any good recommendations for celebrity cocktails, anyone?
Oh God, no.
So if you can help Ian and Roxy, pop it, and you've been on Ascent, pop your recommendations in the chat. For us, we've not been on Ascent, we've been on Beyond, haven't we?
Yeah, but that was a long
time
ago.
I was thinking about this, that sunset bar we had on the app.
Yes.
Do you remember that savoury gin cocktail they were doing? I don't know if it was basil or rosemary.
Was there one I was drinking called Bee's Knees?
Yes, you were drinking that as well. Remember the Bee's Knees?
I don't know if it was actually, I'm thinking it was a Bee's Knees, but it was, there were a couple we were drinking it. I would have to revisit our vlog. I know we definitely went to that back terrace and drank all of it, but for the life of me, I can't remember what they were called. Really can't. I can literally only just about remember some of the ones from Good Spirits now. San Fuego, Butterfly, Apple's Delight. I can't remember which one. Strawberry Daiquiri is always a safe one, but I can't remember anything from.
Pop your suggestions in the chat if you have been. That'd be great. So let me.
And failing that, maybe, Ian and Roxy, if you pop that on the Facebook group, maybe you'll get even more direct, or somebody might even have menus. Like more recent ones, they might upload them, or if you could ask them to do that, maybe. So
if you're not on our Facebook group, we're over on Cruise Monkeys Crew. If you search that, you'll find our Facebook group.
There might be another one might come up, but it is private. It's been set up for the group cruise next December. If it's not that one, if it is the wrong one, don't worry, just go to the other one because it'll sort itself out.
Right, so should we start with the chat, see what's going on in here, shall we? Okay. So we've got lots of hellos. I can see these coming in. We said hello to people, so I think our sound's working, thankfully, because we've been chatting away.
Because we're gabbling on, and it can all be going on. Some of happy Florida.
Greetings. Good evening. Yeah. Yes, we hope you're all well. We hope everybody's staying dry and safe in this weather. Yeah, but for the moment, touch wood.
It's actually
all that stuff.
It is actually blue sky here at the moment.
Jackie's here. Hopefully, I answered your question on that one.
Yes.
Good evening. Just cruising, cruise fanatic, a fork will eat. Loads. I'm trying to find a question here. I did see one, and I'm always a bit worried that we missed questions.
Someone said, "What's the news? What's the news?"
My guy, we've got no news other than what we've talked about. The cruise coming up.
We have got quite a lot of news. Actually, we've been quite busy this week regards cruising on the cruising front. Gavin actually changed a hotel we had booked because, as you're probably all well aware, we're going to New York for New Year's Eve, and we're sailing eastbound transatlantic on Queen Mary to home. So we're doing that.
I don't know if we've said that, but
I'm sure we actually have. But basically, Gavin booked a hotel, and he was a bit worried about some of the reviews he read, and he was getting very stressed, which I totally appreciate. And he cancelled and changed to our hotel.
Yep.
We've also the bookings for the we're hoping to do at New Year's Eve, go out on like a riverboat into the Hudson, like a party boat. They put on some snacks and there's firework displays. We're hoping to see it from the river. We thought that'd be a nice way to welcome in the new year. So we've actually booked that now, because that was a concern of mine, is that we'd either miss the window, it might sell out. It wasn't cheap, was it?
No,
but given
£350-400, I think.
Yeah, but given where, when, and what the purpose of it is, I think it's worth it. So yeah, you've been busy on that.
Yes, you've been busy making videos.
I have been busy making the videos. I'm currently actually making the Virtuosa ones, which is only going to be one video, even though it's 2 nights, because I didn't film it as religiously as I normally film it, but that's because we've got loads and loads of videos on Virtuosa. I'm hoping to get a cabin tour out for we had an ocean view, so that'll now mean we've done an inside ocean view and a balcony on Virtuosa. And this next one's just going to be our experience, and it's going to probably cover bits and pieces about what's actually changed, because fair play to MSC, we felt like that ship was running like a well-oiled machine. The staff and everything, it seems really run in now, and I can't praise MSC enough, really. I think it was really, really quite good. Loads of little things coming together. So that's hopefully going to come out soon. That'll be now next week. I can't remember which one I'm going to put out first. It might be a cabin tour next week, Friday, and then the following week might be the vlog. Okay. Is what I think is
I'll leave you do all that.
Is what I think is going to happen. It might work out the other way. It all depends what happens and how it comes together. But I'm getting through it, and so that'll be that. Yeah. So that's happening on the video front.
So that's our news, is it?
Well, yeah.
No other news, I don't think, is there?
No, I don't think so, really.
Tony, you should see the sky. Yes, yeah. Don't blame me. If it was like our sky about a couple of hours ago, it was black out here. Yeah. Brilliant. Sam, good evening. Recently booked a cruise with your team Troller Village. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
That's really, really nice to hear.
We do get great feedback from the team at Travel Village. There's I think 7 or 8 of them in the shop there, and they deal with inquiries. And if you've got any if you're after a cruise quote or anything like that, we've got a little QR code there on our website. And the great thing is even though we couldn't do US and Canada bookings before for some cruise lines because they've got cross-border selling rules, we have teamed up with Where's Waters Travel. So if you head over to our website, click the book link, and there's a link then through to Where's Waters Travel as well. So he can help you out if you're from the US or Canada.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Good evening, Sherry. Oh, land tour to Iceland. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
That would be nice, actually. I did. No, it's Ireland.
That'd still be nice. Still be nice.
A bit of a change. Yeah, but still, Ireland would be lovely.
It would be.
Yeah.
So that's
me.
me.
I haven't actually. Can't remember the last. When did we go to Ireland last? Was it on Arcadia?
Yes, I believe so.
I'd like to. I haven't been to Ireland for such a long time, and it's so close. We stayed in a suite. Okay.
Yes,
so
we have.
I'm trying. Well, the one we just had on Borealis was classed as a suite. I know we had a few comments within that saying this isn't a suite; it's just like a normal balcony room type of thing. Admitted it was slightly bigger than a standard balcony.
And I think the extras you got as part of it was what made that.
What I was going to say was, given the age and size of the ship, the room was a suite. In regards to the rooms around it and what was available on the ship, it was a bigger, better room, and it did have a bit of a jacuzzi bath. So we did like that on the picture. We also had a mini suite on
Sky
Princess the first time we went on here. However, we did book when we returned on Sky, the following time we went to the Fjords of Bobbinall. We actually booked an obstructed deluxe balcony. Admitted the sofa wasn't as big, but the actual balcony was fantastic. It was located right at the front of the ship, actually on the pointy end, and there wasn't a glass front; it was metal because it was the actual hull of the ship. But the depth of that balcony was phenomenal, and we said there and then, I would definitely book that room again, because even though it was a deluxe balcony cabin, it was actually priced the same as standard balcony. So I felt that represented really good value. Would we book another suite again? Yes. I think if we had the funds and it was a special occasion, I would definitely like to do it, especially if it was something like a really nice scenic sort of itinerary, like Alaska or Fjords or somewhere. I would definitely consider it again. Is that the only suites we've had?
Was our first cruise in Aurora a suite or not? Or was that just on balcony?
Again, it's the size. That's that one. I would say it felt bigger than it, even though the ship's quite small. Aurora's not the biggest ship. That one was one of the balcony cabins on, I want to say, B deck. Yes, I think it was B deck. Because it had a glass front, it was in the middle, but that one actually had a bathtub, which a lot of them do on Aurora. That had a bathtub, but it also had the cage you could pull across the middle of the room. So I think on that instance, it was meant to be 3 of us sharing the room, so we could have partitioned the room off. That was quite a good sized room. But no, I think we haven't actually had any suites or anything else. I mean,
No,
the river cruise we had the panoramas. That was
only
more like a
grades,
grade of a room, and they call it.
They called all their balcony ones were suites.
Yeah, because you have the window, which is at the bottom, then you have your balcony. Yeah, like they're like a French. What do you call it? Like it was just a piece of glass.
French balcony.
Door. Yeah, it didn't actually have a balcony. It was just a door. But we would. I wouldn't do it all the time because I couldn't afford it. I mean, if I could afford it, I would do it. Do I think it's worth it though?
Yeah, I think it depends on what you get as extras. So sometimes you get priority boarding, you get little nibbles and things. Sometimes you'll have like concierge and things like that. It can be worth it.
Private functions and things. Yeah,
better locations normally.
Yeah. If you can afford it,
do it.
Give it at least give it a go once. If you don't like it, in future. But I mean, I'd give it a go.
Good evening, life in the parks. And there's Deborah, Shamai, to Catherine. Hello, Andy.
Is that? I've got to ask now because Gavin speaks fluent Welsh, but that Shamai there is different than how I would write that.
You'd say Shutmai.
Yeah,
SHUT.
Is that because I've got the different language? Like,
don't ask me. I don't know. And I'd spell it that. I wouldn't spell it that way either.
Oh, you wouldn't?
No, but then that is how they spell it.
I was just going to say. I mean, I can read it and I know what that means, but I was like, that's not how I've been taught.
I don't know if that's because of
not how I've been taught how to spell. And I've actually noticed that a few times, and I'm thinking, is it me? Am I spelling it wrong? But no,
maybe somebody can explain it. But there is both spellings.
We should have to ask Ben because he's supposed to be Welsh teacher. He's qualified.
Everybody's wondering. It's this. We're
sorry.
Talking about.
Sorry. Yeah, because we spell it.
So we did answer Jackie's question. Yeah. That's good to know. Oh, brilliant! And they've got the Fjords booked next year.
What's wrong with you? Why have
you've got a puppy every?
She's decided to push herself between us, and
a serious question was, when will cruising be free?
However, if they were free, what would be your perfect cruise? Cruise be free. Well, I can't see cruising being free ever unless. I can't see cruising being free. But
perfect. What would be your perfect cruise?
So many.
That's a very difficult question.
There's so many places around the world I want to see. So many of these places you can only see by sea, or to get that feel. Then there are certain places that are landlocked, so you can't get to them by cruise ship, unfortunately. Tops for me, I would like to see places like Hawaii, definitely. French Polynesia is definitely high up there. I'd love to go to Thailand. That would be really nice. I'd also like maybe an expedition sort of style cruise and do something like I've seen Gary Bainbridge, I think, do them before. You go right up into the Arctic, or don't know, or Antarctic. I'm not sure which end he went. I can't remember. But
I think I'd definitely like a balcony if it was free.
If it was free, no, of course, free. A duplex suite wouldn't.
Well, a suite would be all right, yeah.
But
and that'd be all inclusive.
Or the one with a slide over it, or like a private jacuzzi.
I'd like, my perfect ship would be something that had the water slides that you get on Virtuosa, all the fun things like that. But I'd want a smaller ship, with less people on.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I have gone to like smaller ships where 1,000 to 3,000 passengers. That's probably a nice amount. But then you don't get the slides and that always on those big ones, on the smaller ones, do you?
I hope that answers the question.
That was a very difficult question. That was nasty. That was.
It's not nasty. What's this year? We like a sneaky stoneboard day.
Where you seen this now?
It says question.
Okay, I was just looking at that. Cheese and crackers.
Yeah. What's this one? Sorry, I half read it now. It's disappeared. It's quiet. Do you like doing this? Yes, we do. Especially if you do a mini cruise. Sometimes I would book a mini cruise just to enjoy the ship, and I would do it so you don't actually get off. I just, like we did recently, we didn't get off in Cherbourg, and that's not the first time we've done that. I think Le Havre, we do it every time now, pretty much. We've got off once just to actually experience the port, but in future, I think Le Havre would just be a sea day. I'd recommend it, and especially I've seen cruises sometimes that's so cheap, and you think, it hasn't got a day at sea. Well, the port can be as sea day, and it's nice if you get a lot of people getting off, because then the ship's easier for you to get round, less queuing.
It's a fake sea day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice, but without the people.
Brilliant. Another question. Chris Nelson, hello. We're on India next week and rather glad we're not sailing this week due to the weather. Have you ever worried about the weather before embarkation?
We have had some. MSC Bellissima goes down as one of the rough ones.
Yeah, we were quite worried about that one, weren't we?
Because we were on her maiden voyage. She left from Southampton. That was back in, I want to say, March 2019. Holly Willoughby and all was doing the launch. They had the bottle smash and everything, didn't they? A big naming ceremony.
There was a big tent outside.
There was a massive marquee, which I believe they all got evacuated out of quite hastily. Wasn't there some sort of damage to it after?
I don't know. They all got evacuated into the ship, didn't they?
So that was quite concerning, obviously, before, like, we were seeing all this on the build-up. This was sort of happening like a day or two before, I think, our cruise.
And we knew there was a storm coming.
We knew there was a storm coming. Then we went on the cruise, and of course it was a brand new ship, so they're still trying to figure things out. I'm sure they're trained, but it's how it handles. The ship did at one point get caught off guard, and it did list quite a bit, and there was a lot of commotion, a lot of damage, a lot of mess. And it was
we saved our glasses of wine, didn't we?
We saved our glasses, but our dinner went on the floor. It was quite worrying, but it righted itself.
And next day
it was fine, like it never happened,
as if it never happened.
We've had.
I think that was the one also when we flew home. There was parts of our roof on the drive, wasn't there? Because it was that bad that year. Remember that?
Oh yes,
the tiles come off.
Yeah. So that was quite concerning. And then there was another one, wasn't there one? Iona.
We were due to go on Iona, and that was it's supposed to be to Rotterdam and Northern Europe, basically, yeah. And this is when we met Cunard Cruises and Ken Lindsay on. And a week before, they did change itinerary to do this.
It was quite over a week ago,
wasn't it?
No, I think it was like, because I passed.
In the week leading up to it, then,
a couple of days before, yeah.
They did change it. But that one, again, we were a bit worried it might be a bit rough, but it turned out all right then.
I will say, I'll take from that, I mean, while we're talking to the subject of lovely weather, I was very, very surprised how well Iona handled that storm. Because when we were looking out the window and actually looking at the waves, it was like the ship feels like it felt like the ship should be moving a lot more than it was. And yeah, I was really surprised because you'd expect a ship like that to catch the wind more because she's high, she's got a lot of balconies. There was a hell of a lot of creaking from what I remember. Do you remember the noise? We were on the balcony because obviously the ship was flexing, which they're designed to do. But it handled really well.
But I wouldn't worry about it.
No, Indy is quite a big ship.
Just pack some seasickness tablets.
Yeah, I mean the weather might pass. I'm not sure how long this is supposed to go on for now. We tend to get the brunt of a lot of it being as far west as we are. We do get quite a whack of it here. I think it should be. I think it's meant to ease, isn't it?
Supposed to, I think.
So fingers crossed for you, it'll be fine.
We can't wait to see Star Princess blogs with books next July. Similar in Alaska.
That'd be nice.
Lovely. Yeah, she's spending next year over in Alaska.
Yeah, I wish we were going on here to Alaska, to be fair, but we couldn't actually book that because there were some terms of our booking with our future cruise credit. We had to book it by November this year, so we saw this one crop up, didn't we? And we thought, let's just go.
I just realised when I put the text on, sometimes it hides your face, so that's why I'm taking it off.
Hides my face?
Yeah.
Sorry, so low down. If I sit up like this, then
I've done Gibraltar next week, so tempted to hide the duck. I don't think it'll still be there next month if you do that. Hiding the duck for us after the month.
Not getting stolen.
So how many cruises have you booked? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I think booked. 5 booked. Is it 5? Let me just count my hands. That one.
Don't forget the group cruise.
Yeah, 5. 4.
Yeah.
It was 5 because we had Virtuoso last time we did one of these. So
I got the Queen Mary.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Because last time we did a count and I forgot 1 or 2 of them.
That is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5.
5. We got 5 books, and they go up to the latest one goes up to 2027.
Yeah. Do I want to say March 27?
Yeah. Which does break one of our rules because we don't actually plan too far
so
ahead.
Cheap, it
was so cheap we booked it, and we thought even if we change our mind, it's not going to matter, is it? So.
can we join the wait list for the wait list, please? Unfortunately, we haven't got a wait list because we've hit capacity and we've already worked our way through the wait list.
We did go through, yeah.
So what we're saying to everybody who's asking about this one now is around final payment, we do find people tend to drop out around then. So if you reach out to us about 4 months before, we can then take your name and get in touch with you if there are any dropouts at that point. But we don't want to hold your details for over a year.
No. Don't be put completely off because things happen and people's circumstances change or plans change or health changes, unfortunately. So they might not be able to go, and they might.
Just keep an eye on our socials: Cruise Monkeys UK on Instagram, Facebook. We'll pop anything up there. And I think we'd have said we're going to try and plan another group cruise.
I do regret that we haven't got one earlier in the year. I would have considered maybe putting one on. But I think given that I don't want to take too much from the Christmas cruise because it's going to be quite special. I'm really looking forward to it, and we're going to put a lot of plans and effort into it. So it'll probably be going into 27 now, won't it? It'll be after that. So we'll see what we can come up with.
But and we'll start planning 27.
Oh yeah,
we might as well get straight onto it, isn't it? Recommend the lychee martini and the pistachio martini and celebrity. Yes, the martini bars. Do you remember? I don't think we tried any martinis.
I think for us, the package we had only enabled us to have quite a basic selection of cocktails, and we were mostly wines and beers. Weren't we on that one? I think on the Celebrity Connect. Do I recall? Because when we went to that bar you were on about, the cocktails and all of that weren't included. You can't remember. Basic. I can't. It's been a while.
And I think from memory, you paid the extra and the gratuity on top. So I think we had one or two espresso martinis and paid the extra from what I remember. Question from Jackie. I think you might hit enter too quick because I'm sure that'll be further down. What's the first thing you're going to do on Star Princess? We're gonna find out what specialty dinings are available. Yeah. And if there is space, we'll then be upgrading our drinks package.
This is a bit of a sore subject this week. It's caused us a bit of a headache. What's happened? Oh, there we go. Is it coming on? Yeah. Right, okay, sorry, do you want to lose you? Yeah, we've had a bit of a headache this week. It's one of our cruise frustrations at the moment. A big bugbear of ours is that you have to plan and book all of your dining before you go on a cruise, as we may or may not have touched on in the past. It really bugs us. But to add salt to the wound, so to speak, we have onboard credit on this cruise that we're going on, and we'd like to book a lot of specialities. We're trying to work out if it's actually worth us doing a premier package, aren't we? And the frustration is with that future cruise onboard credit, we can't book the dining yet. Not onboard credit. You have to actually be on the ship.
Onboard credit, that's why.
Yeah, I know, but you're going to spend it on board. You can't spend it anywhere else. It seems stupid that they do that. So we now actually have to wait and see if it's available when we get on.
And then we will be going straight to the spa because we always do that as soon as we get on board. Yeah. And then dump our stuff in the room and find a bar for a nice cocktail.
You need a bit of because it'll be a busy day for us because we're actually flying and embarking all on the same day. There's no pre-cruise stay in Barcelona. It's just going to be fly from Heathrow straight. I was going to say Bristol. Fly from Heathrow straight to Barcelona, embark the ship all in one day. So it's going to be a crazy day.
We have booked a flight with Princess, so it's all as a package. That's something. Okay, because I know we always say don't travel the same day as you're cruising.
I think
but we are traveling very early that morning as well,
and it's quite a shortish flight. It's only 2 hours, and we should hopefully be there.
Cool. Yes, we've heard Times Square is amazing. The only problem we've heard that you have to be there early and you have to stay there all day to keep your space, which then means holding. No toilet.
You can't have a toilet break.
Exactly,
and that's a long time. And I've also been told how cold it can be. So we've been warned about that. So it could be cold, it could be rainy, it could be snowy, it could be.
I just realised how dark it's getting.
It's because it's clouded over. It was clear sky and it's completely clouded over again.
You can't miss somebody else. You can't miss the ball drop if you're in New York.
I'd like to see it, but I'm not going to stand out in the freezing cold all day to see it. And the other thing we worked out was the jet lag. So when it's actually midnight, like here in our time, in their time, it'll be 6 o'clock in the morning here. Yes, yeah,
I think so.
So,
Something like that.
so it could be really, really tired. We could
Maybe
be like
we'll
old
see.
people.
We'll
We'd be
see.
sleeping.
And we've got an 8-night cruise after it, so it's fine. Life in the Parks is great, and that Virtuoso was much better than it was 2.5 years ago. Definitely. Do you feel travelling from South Wales is worth it for a 2-night cruise, value for money? So we did do quite a few short cruises. Probably before COVID, and we'd go for like 2-3 nighters at that time.
Well, to be honest, we were just desperate to experience the ships. We wanted to see and experience everything, every cruise line. We didn't have a lot of money back then. We just bought our house and everything. So it was all we could do, all we could afford. So we made the most of it and we did it. However, now, would I do it? No. If it's with something else, like as in our case, we went down to see Virgin the other week, so we were already down Portsmouth. The fact there was that 2-night cruise straight after that visit worked out extremely well, which is why we did it.
And normally we don't tend to do ship visits and stuff because they're only like a day on board a ship.
Yeah.
So when it turned out that Virgin invited us down for the day and the evening on board, and then we had the Virtuoso one, we saw that. You started looking straight away if there's anything else we could put together.
Well, I'd seen it actually, and I just said, "What date?" And I was like, "Oh, there's a cruise the day after. We'll go to Southampton, and then we'll do that."
So for that, it works fine. So if you can do it back to back with like another 2-night cruise or something, it's worth doing. For us, it is about 5 hours journey,
and the roads have got horrendous.
Yeah,
now, especially like Newport and all that lot, it's just hell.
I think I found the other half of Jackie's.
You've whooshed back to
it's fine, but see, it's doing this normal thing. So where is Honey? Honey is now lying down here cleaning herself.
I don't know what she's cleaning.
No, she's cleaning her paws. It's fine. So yeah, she's here. She's up to. She wants to cuddle.
She did push her head down between us earlier on.
So just got her.
She doesn't like this time of year now. Honey's a little sunflower. She likes to be out in the sun. And now the sun has gone this week. She comes up to me. It's been raining and all, and she wants to go out. And she basically cries at me, looking at me. I'm like, I can't stop the rain. She might think I'm like everything, but I can't do that. She doesn't understand it. She cries at me like I can turn it off. I wish I could.
Here we go. Is it worth booking a drinks package for Cruisemas cruise now or waiting for the Black Friday deals? So Cunard did have a. I did post this I think earlier in the week. They were giving some money off on drinks packages and spa packages. I think it was 5% from memory. And when I looked at last year's Black Friday deals, it was the same percentage. So you could hold off until Black Friday if you want and hope that they'll do the same deal again. And you could also do the same and wait for the next Black Friday next year as well, because we've got 2 Black Fridays before our cruise. The only thing I will say is if Cunard increase their drinks prices, say at the end of this year or start of next year, you're better off booking it sooner so that
you've locked the price.
You've locked the price in. That's the only benefit I'd see.
Like cruise, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the only benefit I'd see doing it now. Otherwise, if you can hold off, or you need to hold off, I'd hold off to Black Friday. We probably hold off till November now.
I mean, the drinks package, I'd normally say it's up to people. Depends how much you drink, obviously, everyone's thing. But yeah, for us, Cunard, we don't have to drink much. With the commission gratuity thing added on top, it gets expensive. So for us, it pays. We drink red wine. We have been told, we've drunk beers and lagers in the past, it's not as bad. So beer drinkers tend to say they need to drink quite a lot of it to get their money's worth. But wine drinkers, it doesn't take long. Cocktails, it's easy.
And spirits, as soon as that. Do you prefer Iona Avia over the older ships?
No. I like Iona and Avia, but do I prefer them over the older ones? I don't prefer them over Aurora. I like them as much. I wouldn't say I like Aurora more than them, and I wouldn't say I like Avia more than Aurora. It's very, very balanced, but I wouldn't say there was a preference.
Aurora's our favourite small ship.
She's got that's it. You've gone from one end of the scale to the other. You've got P&O as a product, so that's great. Obviously, there's more dining options on Avia and Iona, but for me, it depends what you want. Sometimes a smaller ship suits us better than a bigger ship. Sometimes the other way around. It depends what you're looking for. But I wouldn't say they've all got their own unique little charm.
You will find on the smaller P&O ships, we found the same with Azura, is the staff have got more time to talk to you and things. They're not as busy. So Avia and Iona, being the massive ships, your passenger to crew ratio and things like that does mean you don't get as much.
You also get more of a tailored service with the older ships because they get to build a rapport with you. They know your drinks, and you get those subtle little, another red wine or another whatever cocktail you're drinking, because they get to really understand you, don't they? Whereas the bigger ships, they really have no time.
Tony,
short to Madeira, lovely. Do visit regularly, but not stayed there for a while. Going to be weird doing a land holiday again as just in cruises. Yeah. We had that similar experience when we went to Dubrovnik, but we enjoyed it, and it's quite funny. Can't remember. I'm sure we saw a smaller cruise ship, or there was cruise ship passengers in town one day, and it was weird to be based there more permanently and see a cruise ship crowd come and go, and how quiet and busy how it alternates, between them coming and going.
But that's a really good, Madeira, lovely place to go on a land holiday.
If I was going to do a land holiday, I would like to go to Madeira. As I've always said, we do love Croatia though. But yeah, I'd love to do Madeira again. That's really good.
Steve Fox also green Virtuosa last month. I can't believe we're saying last month already.
What's this now?
That's far better than last May. Yeah, definitely. Sherry is off. Oh, lovely. Cruising 61 days, longest ever. Mid-January, Auckland to Tokyo.
Oh, wow, nice. That's bucket list stuff. That's cool.
Luke does the editing, but we're curious about Gavin's role too. How much say involvement does he usually have? None. I have no say in the videos. Unless it's my turn to voice them over, then I get a bit of say to voice them over.
No. What used to happen was, that's when you do get say. Is when I used to write some notes for like what to say sort of thing when we were voicing the blanks, and I'd write something, but it would sound like you'd read it out, and very often we'd play it back, and I'd be like, "You can't say that because it sounds like it's my words, but your voice. It doesn't sound right." So, and so you do now write your own voiceover. So you have started doing that basically just to make it easier, because otherwise we were writing the notes twice. So. Excuse me, it's all the wrong way. So yeah, you do that now, and you do actually make the covers.
I do the covers, but I tend to apply the comments.
I tell you what to do.
Yeah, I tend to. So you'll do the same as the Cruise Monkeys logo. You've designed that logo, you sketched it out.
Yeah,
we got somebody to make it. So that's what you tend to do now with me. You sketch out a cover, and
then you're the one who sourced the person to make the logo.
Yeah, true.
He's the technical person. I'm the creative person. I think it's quite safe to say. So I'm the person that would sort of, do it. You make it work, if that makes sense. Like the house, Christmas, I might make it look nice, but Gavin's the one that knows how all the plugs go, how the lights do, what they go, what they come in, what they plug into. He does all that. I just make it look pretty.
I put that up, and you made it look nice.
You did not, but I helped you do. I did loads of that, and that was my idea. Like the garden, you told everyone.
Come a bit closer because you're hiding half your face.
Sliding across the floor in a rage.
We got. I was on Queen Anne.
That's Katrin said you could spell it a few ways.
Yeah,
I was wondering now if it was a slang, Katrin. I was wondering if it was like a slang thing, because you do get that expressions that I have been taught that you say no, you've said it wrong just because you're further north.
What's this question? I'm very excited to try platinum wedding renewal on Explore 2 in 7 weeks. The information on our website is very vague. Do you know anyone else who's done this? I don't know anybody who's done their platinum wedding renewal or any wedding renewals.
No. We've only done the one Marella Cruise.
We know one of our followers has done a wedding on Marella, and comments I had was really good. They really enjoyed it. But it depends if you're specifically after something for the wedding side of things, or if you're after just something for Explorer 2. It's just Explorer 2. I'd probably say Johnny and Will have probably done Explorer 2. They do a lot of possibly Paul and Carol.
I was going to say if they've been on there.
So
does Emma and the Cruise Boys go on it, or is that different again? I can't remember.
That was one.
Because I've been told there are differences, aren't there, to the Explorer 2? Because I remember watching one video after we'd been on it. On Explorer, and I said, wow, I'd actually like to try Explorer 2 now, because of seeing just the subtle difference. I know the spa and all, I think, has it got a pool by a window? And I want to say, isn't there a cow or something somewhere on the ship? I'm not sure. It's a girl. I don't know. But yeah, but that's all I know.
Sorry, not much help on that one.
Yeah, we've only done the one. I mean, if it's any recommendation, I'd love to go back.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to try another one.
Hotel parking, recommend Southampton. So if you go to Chilworth Manor, they do a cruise park and stay. I'm not sure how much it is these days. It's probably talking £250 at least now, aren't you, for parking in a hotel? We tended to park in the Ibis car park using your parking space or my parking space there.
We did park in town. We
did park in one of the council car parks this time because they're closed,
like a shopping one.
Yeah, because they do close them, lock them up at night.
But I wouldn't do it again because our car got dented.
Yeah, so somebody managed to open the door against that car.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the same thing could have happened to it parking in the hotel.
Could be anywhere.
But yeah, for me, I'm just like, no, I won't be doing that again.
Port parking, unfortunately, has got so expensive. So yeah, if you can find a decent hotel, we'd say Chilworth is probably the safer one.
Sure,
it is. Nice. It is about 20 minutes out of Southampton.
It's nice.
Let's have a look. French Polynesia is wonderful.
I'd love to do it. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
If you were a guest on Below Deck, what would be your preference shoot?
Not I don't watch Below Deck.
I don't normally watch those sort of programs. We've seen one. We started watching. We're like, no, not. We did try and watch it once. It's the one where they were like the crew. It was like a reality kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. Not me.
No, we don't watch it. So it's hard. I'm
sorry.
But,
on that one,
we don't normally watch those sort of. We've watched one or two. Sometimes you get stuck. It's like sucked into it, don't you? But I haven't got into that, unfortunately.
Somebody else going to Alaska. It's on my wish list. Alaska.
Sorry, I'm banging the puppy.
You're banging the puppy. She wants a bit of attention.
I'm petting her because she likes.
No, we said that you're doing the same. Yeah.
What's this year? Cadiz, Cartina, or La Cruna favourite. We haven't been to Cadiz. We haven't been to Cartagena. We've only been to La Cruna.
Are you sure we've been to Cadiz? No, we haven't.
Vigo.
No, yeah.
We haven't been to Cadiz.
No,
unfortunately. So we can only say
La Cruna.
We do, yeah. But I will say, when we first went to La Cruna, we didn't like it. We said no, it was a bit of a boring port. Not the worst, but it wasn't a favourite at all. But having been there now a few times, we actually gone to quite like La Cruna. That's the one with the fort on the end and the aquarium with the sharks. Remember the Hercules Tower? We haven't actually been to Hercules Tower. We did the long walk up the beach when we were on.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Or was it? It might have been Regal Princess.
That's the one when you dock, you've got the
marinas here.
Marina, and you've got all the kind of glass.
And there's a lady, and it's like a monument to all the sailors lost to sea with a fountain.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So that's the only one we've actually been to, unfortunately.
There's a little dog
sitting wrong. She's determined to get. What's the matter, puppy? What's wrong with this sad little face?
We were on the 2-day delay to Southampton over New Year. Oh, okay. Great time. It was a bit of a roller coaster.
Honestly, we didn't feel when we were on Stormy.
There's only one port to revisit. What would it be? So we've been to a lot of ports over and over, but the one I'd want to go back to, I'd say, I want to go back. I think
it's hard. No, it's really hard. Actually,
I want to go back to Venice.
Yeah, but then I do like Croatia a lot, and I do like the fjords quite a lot. Do you mind? So it's really hard. If it was only one port, you could go back. But then, yeah, I'd say Venice. We're long overdue to go back there. I'd like to do the Adriatic, that sort of Dalmatian coast, and all again. I'd like to do that. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. There's just so many places we like, isn't there?
Yeah. Just got to find. It's just jump chat again. So give me 2 seconds.
It's done as usual.
Yeah, it always does this to us, doesn't it?
We don't want to miss anybody either, because I feel like someone's.
Here we go.
Thought about a meet and greet in Wales.
I mean, I don't know where we.
Well, we could do. We've actually we briefly touched on it. I know it was thrown out there once. Drunken chit chat. Let's all go to Blackpool, which we thought about doing, but
we might do.
We haven't actually thought of anything in Wales. It's not a bad idea, but I don't know where we'd go and what we do. because we're like really, really far west. We're sort of right out in the sticks. There's not really much locally around here to attract people. And because of where it is, it's quite expensive here, especially if it's nice weather, like in the summer. It's very touristy here, isn't it?
Simon's asking about the Sanctuary. Yeah, we have seen it. Unfortunately, we haven't gone to Sanctuary.
And for that reason, I did actually see that it comes with the premium package as well.
To be honest, I'm trying to think. When we booked it, did it have that? Yeah, that would have been included.
There's been a lot of chops and changes because I've seen videos. I think I watched one recently. I want to say it was actually Sweet Natured, and when they were on Sun Princess, they could go to the Sanctuary as if it was the Sanctuary as on the Royal Class. You could pay for a day pass, an afternoon pass, or a week's pass, and you could have access to it whether you had a graded room or not. It was open to all guests to book. But now the Sanctuary is only for Sanctuary grade cabins, so they've changed it. So we shall find out. We'll have a go. We'll see what happens. We'll see what comes of it.
Yes, please hit the like button down below.
Thank you. Yeah,
it helps others find the video. Also, if you do watch our vlogs, YouTube have now introduced a hype button, which you can press, and apparently it makes.
Does that only work when they've just come out though?
Yes.
So next Friday you'll have to hype the video.
Yes, something like that. No idea what it does.
Does it hype the light?
I don't know what it does.
I don't know what it does.
They introduce these things, and I don't really know what they do. I just noticed everybody said, "Go and hype my video," so we'll say the same. And please remember to like and subscribe and to hit the notification button.
And one thing I will say is, if you curious in your head and you think, oh, I'd like to go on this ship, always type in Cruise Monkeys Viz, because we may or may not have been on it, but you never know, because we've had a lot of people who've said, have you been on this ship, have you been on that ship,
have you done your own cruise?
And they completely forget. They're not even aware we've been on certain ships before.
We have got I think well over 250 videos.
Have we?
Yeah, and we've been on over 40 ships or 40 cruises, probably about 25-30 ships. So yeah, there's a lot of videos out there if you haven't seen them yet.
We're trying, as we said earlier, we are trying to mix brands up a bit more now, as we have Fred, Marella this year. They're all both new to us. Obviously we've been on Princess before, but it's been quite some time since the
and talking of Princess, Emerald Princess, we haven't been on it.
But I have looked into the Grand Class with Princess quite a few times. They were, especially when I was looking at Hawaii itineraries, because I want to say Ruby and was it Grand, I think one of them, they cropped up, so I did look into them. They look fine. They look quite nice. I mean, we like Azura Ventura. They do tend to bounce around quite a lot, those type of ships, don't they? But
Cruise Fanatic saying fancies a Apple's Delight. Yes, I fancy a San Fuego myself.
Actually, I fancy just a drink. I have not had an alcoholic beverage now for 3 weeks.
That's not bad going.
I know. I just took a break.
I can't say the same because I was away last weekend and we went to a whiskey distillery.
But now it's getting to the point where I'm thinking, I've gone so long, I want to make it really worth it when I do drink. So I'm not just going to drink in the house and stuff. So this has got me through. It sounds weird. I'm drinking elderflower cordial in water, and I just find it's just nice. So I'm drinking this drink instead, drinking the water. So everyone's now falling off their chair. They're all going into shock.
Nobody's cruising apologising for causing domestic. And we've jumped chat again. Yes.
What time says. Oh, yeah. Why does it do that? It's like some of them are 25 and then some are 42.
Let's have a look. See if there's any more questions. Holiday Inn Express.
No, we've seen that's been all revamped.
Yeah,
that one would be really good because that's the one that's right down by City Cruise Terminal, isn't it? So you can see the ship. If you've got the room facing the right way, you can see the ship. I'd love to experience
Our friend's parked there as well. He's parked his car there.
Yeah.
And it's the same as Ibis. It's basically the hotel's car park. There's an open car park.
It's very, very central, that one, too. Also, Moxie's nice. You like that one?
No parking. Parking for Moxie and Premier in West Key would be the West Key car park.
Yeah, which I wouldn't like. But if you're a foot passenger, you should be fine.
Have we ever been in Celebrity Apex?
No, unfortunately not. Beyond, Celebrity Beyond, but not Apex. We've only travelled on P&O, so worried about changing brands. Oh, I've
never been worried about changing brands.
No, I mean, it's going to be different. it's not. Well, I'm going to say it's not going to. I'm assuming if it's Apex, it's going to be going from the UK. So it's hard for us to comment on that because the passengers on board will all be British. So
Mostly,
the experience will be different to ours because when we were on Celebrity Beyond, we had obviously a lot of Americans on board, and they tend to be earlier than us. They do things differently. So for us, it didn't really align too well. Looking back on it in future now, I especially went on Apex. It'd be intriguing to see if that's any different for us. But I wouldn't be worried.
We're coming up. Well, we're just gone past 10:02. So if you've got any final questions, please make sure you pop them in so we've got time to answer them. See Stephen Fox here saying about the NCP car park as well. What reasonable prices. Thing is, when you do these short cruises, we found this with Virtuosa. It was so expensive, like 2 nights parking.
But we didn't realise though that it was Southampton Pride.
Yeah,
and that is why because in fact that's something else I would recommend off the back of the 2-night cruise. It's definitely worth if you're going to do that. It won't just be a 2-night cruise, especially from Wales. You'd have to stay there the night before, and I'd highly recommend staying the night after the cruise because if you're going to drink and party, and I wish, to be honest, well, we couldn't do it because it was Southampton Pride and we booked it last minute. But in hindsight, it would have been nice to have had a hotel stay after our cruise on Virtuosa. I feel like I could have enjoyed the white night and everything a lot more. And you'll see in the video, we had our meal and we stopped drinking because obviously we knew we were driving the next day, so we couldn't do it. But yeah, that's something I definitely going to have to look into for a mini cruise this far away from the port.
Comment there about Virtuosa being replaced by Preziosa as a Southampton-based ship, bit of a backward step, British cruising. And Preziosa was here for quite a while.
Preziosa was here originally. From what I've seen, she's still got an indoor pool, which at the moment for me, I'm like, that's quite a good thing, especially this time of year. The Poisa, she doesn't have an indoor pool.
No.
Preziosa does have a water slide, maybe 2, but doesn't have an aqua park. But the ship, it's not bad. We went on it the first time. It was very different to what we used to, but it was a very flashy, blingy ship as MSC ships. So I still had the Swarovski crystal stairs.
Yeah.
It's got one of those sort of old style. It's like an atrium, isn't it? It goes from the middle of the ship, but it goes all the way up through to the top of the ship, doesn't it? And there's actually, when you're walking through the corridors, you can see down the atrium every deck. It's not a bad ship. It's not ridiculously small. It's smaller than Virtuosa, obviously, but it's not too bad. And I do believe they've put, since we were on it, they used to have, what was that place called? Italy. They've replaced that now, so they actually have a butcher's cut on there too. I think it's like Royal Caribbean and even Princess. They've worked out, I think, every so many years, and Celebrity, they have to change their ships or people just get bored of them. Like Anthem of the Seas had been here for quite some time, hadn't she? We loved Anthem. Yeah. Then all of a sudden now we've got India, haven't we, at the moment? Then next year's Liberty. So I think these, especially these, they have to mix them a bit, otherwise it would just get stale. Yeah. It's one of the downsides of Virgin is at the moment they've got the one class of ship, and you can go on any of their ships, and it's all exactly the same, and it doesn't matter where you go.
It'll be interesting to see how long they do swap it for, and whether they do swap.
Yeah, because technically they've got a choice of 3. I will say this though, that the Poisa cruises next year, obviously the weather's not great in January, February. They are really, really cheap. If you just want to give it a go, I mean, £300 and something I think it is for a week. I mean, you can't go wrong, really.
My guys got off Queen Mary 2 this morning. It was fantastic. I booked Club Balcony. Oh, lovely.
We changed our restaurant to Princess.
Oh, lovely.
Wow.
It was amazing.
So I had Club Balcony room.
Big question. Did you see Dr. Stephen Payne? OBE. The designer of Queen Mary 2. He was on board.
And Mike Brady.
As was Mike Brady, another person.
It's your friend, Mike Brady. Somebody asked me once before, they said, who do you watch on YouTube? Do you have any other interests? And I don't know why, it completely slipped my mind. But yes, one of my big go-tos is Mike Brady. I absolutely love what he does. And the Titanic, because I was on about the Titanic Honor and Glory boys and all that lot. And yeah, but Mike Brady, I like watching his programs. They're really good. If you've not seen them and you like your nautical maritime history, I recommend it. It's good. Yeah. I didn't know he was on there until you said.
No, it's only when I saw on Instagram, I think he was on there. And then Stephen Payne was on there as well. Let's have a look. I did see him off that one. So
any inside cruise news on my Disney adventure has been delayed 6 months. Unfortunately, it's like us with sun.
Sounds like the sea trials have been pushed back.
But if it's Sun Princess, that's the same.
I suppose it depends how far they go along with fitting out and stuff.
We've actually been, excuse our dog.
Excuse the dog.
We've actually been, for the last couple of months, humming an R in. Is Star on time? Is she late? We've been chatting to people who know, looking at pictures of Sun Princess when she was under construction, comparing it to Star Princess now, seeing where they were in the time scale of it being completed and trying to work out if the ship will sail on time, because obviously even Star Princess's inaugural, they were all cancelled. And again, we find ourselves in a position where, at least this time we're not on the Maiden now, but we're on the one after it. But we found ourselves in a very similar position to last time, really.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
And hopefully we'll get cancelled a day or two before we go.
So Tina did see them both. Absolutely brilliant. It's good to hear.
To see who,
very good.
Sorry.
Stephen Payne.
Good.
Good.
Apparently, I didn't realise, I don't know where I've seen this or it cropped up, Mike Brady's like really, really tall, isn't he?
Christian Fanatic says Emma Prince's lovely ship. Oh, good.
That's good to know. See, it's so nice when someone knows, and they can just comment. That's great.
That's what we like. It's nice reading through the comments and seeing people chatting to each other. Like you see the ads when they message you. That's really cool. Like that. So I think we are coming to the end.
Unless you have a burning question.
Unless you have a burning question. So what we'll say is, while we're waiting for any other questions to come in, is please make sure you give this video a like. Please make sure you're following us on Instagram and Facebook. I'm really sorry about the glare because it's gone so dark outside.
I don't know what's happening.
We're Cruise Monkeys UK on Instagram and Facebook. We're Cruise Monkeys Crew as a Facebook group. If you want to join there and ask any questions, so it's good, isn't it? We're on Patreon if you'd like to support us on there as Cruise Monkeys. We're
also on YouTube.
Now we're on YouTube. If you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe. Please do. Which, if you're commenting, you have subscribed, because we turned that on, so you've got to be subscribed. And stop the bots, because last time we were on here, we had a lot of bots, didn't we?
The robots are taking over.
Yes, the robots took over last time. And if you are looking to book a cruise, please head over to cruisemonkeys.com/book and
just a quote.
Still informed there. No obligation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. I've seen any other comments come in now before. Produced in some set up really, but it's basically
we've had a lot to think about today. Doing a meetup. That's a couple of times. A
few people have mentioned that now, so it's something we need to look at.
Yeah, because I did at one point actually think about going like on tour. But I know Blackpool come up once, but I mean, it would be nice to do something. Maybe
if you head over to Paul and Carnival, they have got a lot of.
We don't tend to. I'll be honest. I'd love to be able to do reviews of hotels. Maybe we could make some very, very short videos in the future, something we could think about. But I really struggle with how much I've got to edit as it is. Like one of the videos I'm thinking of putting together is when we went on our press visit last September on Sun Princess. And I'm thinking, it's a year old. The video is a year ago, and I don't know whether to put it up or not anymore because it's gone on so long. But it's really struggle sometimes. So making a little hotel videos on top might be a stretch too much. We'll see.
So it's nearly the hour's up. So we have one last question.
We do we?
And this is a quick fire question. Before everybody disappears.
What was your favourite cruise company to cruise with?
Cunard.
Or Virgin.
There we go. Done.
Which I think we've actually consistently said that before.
Yeah, I think we have.
I think the traditional aspect of Cunard, but we like the fun aspect of Virgin.
Exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with any of the brands. And used to go on P&O quite a lot, but at the moment, as it stands, we kind of like the product. Virgin is fun, and we do love Cunard. And I couldn't decide. I couldn't choose between them. It'd be very
quick fire, Luke. Quick fire.
And I would say Virgin, and you say Cunard. And we've covered both.
Thank you very much for joining us and spending your Sunday evening with us. I hope you have a great week.
We shall see you in a fortnight.
By the way, if you've got any shout outs as well, head over to our website and click the contact us form there, and we'll do shout outs for anybody's birthday, anniversaries, and things like that.
And this is free.
Yes, we don't charge. we won't charge you 15 quid.
Just let us know and give us time to see it, and we'll remember.
So have a great week, everybody, and thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.